Most men spend their adult lives living on the sidelines. They sit back and watch other people attack their goals, go after life, win, and they even go as far as celebrating other people's victories. Most men will spend their free time sitting alone on a couch, watching Netflix, watching other people, stars, celebrities, play characters, and present a story to them that they can lose and engulf themselves in. Then they'll spend their weekends attending stadiums with other men just like them, with names of men, not their own names, names of other men on their backs, celebrating other men's victories. And then if you hear these men speak, they'll talk about we, us, the victory we had. We got to win this weekend's game. Most men are spending their adult lives as voyeurs to their own lives and to their own realities. And it's my belief that pornography is playing a massive role in why men sit back on the sidelines in their own life, why men sit back and watch other people live their lives. For those of you that are new here, my name is Coach Frank Rich, founder of Rebuilt Recovery, host of the Rebuilt Man podcast. It is our mission here to help men become better men by quitting porn and rebuilding their lives. And in the last 5 years, we've walked over 1,600 men down this path and journey to conquering their porn addiction. I've seen firsthand the destruction and devastation that porn can have on a man's life. I've heard grown men lose hope, lose insight. I've spoken with men that see no hope in the future. And I don't think it's any of these men's fault. I think that they are a byproduct of the things that they've been doing. And it's here today that I want to maybe rip this shield off. I want to rip this lens off and give you new eyes to see the world. You see, I want you to stop living your life as a voyeur. I don't want you on Saturday celebrating other men's victories. I want you waking up on Saturday celebrating your own victories, celebrating your own life. Now, watching sports is not a bad thing. I grew up an athlete. I've spent my entire life engaged in competition, in athletic endeavors. But one thing you will never do is you will never find me with another man's name on my back. See, what pornography does is it places us on the sidelines for one of the most intimate things that a human being can do, the act of sexual intimacy. And from a young age, men that struggle with pornography addiction are training and conditioning themselves that their life is meant to sit back and it's meant to be lived on the sidelines, watching other people do it for them. You see, this trains our brain, this trains our psyche, this trains our subconscious that we are not the person that engages in our life. We sit back and watch others. Now, as this man goes from teenage to adult life, he never learns how to engage himself in his own victories. He watches people bypass him for the promotion. He watches other people marry the prom queen. He watches other men participate in things that he wishes he could be doing himself. But what if all these things you are watching other people do are actually what you're supposed to be doing with your life? What if the things that call you to cheer for others are the things that are supposed to be calling you to cheer for yourself? You see, a man that is struggling with pornography addiction, I know the symptoms: loneliness, isolation, hopelessness, no sight of a better future, no sight of a better tomorrow. But listen, man, we got to get off the sidelines. We got to start living our own life. We got to start writing and crafting our own story. And I think if you're hearing or watching this right now and you're struggling with a pornography addiction, your story, your hero's journey starts today. What if the things that you're running from when you seek out pornography are in fact the things that you need to endure and persevere through and fight through in order to get to the other side of who you've been called to be? What if the things that present themselves as challenges, as triggers, as urges, as thoughts of running back to porn are in fact the exact things that you need to confront on a daily basis? I bet that guy that you cheer for on Sunday with his name on his back doesn't run from his emotions. I bet the person that you admire and cheer for doesn't deal with these same problems. So what is it that they have that you do not possess or you don't see within yourself? See, I'm here to tell you that everything that that person has that you see in them, you see it because it's a reflection of what you can see within yourself. And until you stop living your life on the sidelines, until you stop being a voyeur to your life, none of this will come together for you. We have to take control. We have to start living our life, the one that we've been called to live, the uniqueness inside of you. Go back in time before you got caught up in pornography addiction. Think about that young man. Maybe he was 12, maybe he was 15, maybe he was in his 20s. Everybody's journey has been a little bit different. But there was a time in life when the innocent you didn't struggle. You had all the dreams, all the hopes, all the inspirations and aspirations in the world. And then porn slowly started to suck these things out of you. It slowly started to erode your soul. We have an assignment here in our program, Reboot Your Life, which has walked over 1,600 men down the path of struggling with pornography addiction into freedom. We have an assignment that we ask the men to get clear on the man that they needed in their life that would have helped prevent them from getting caught up in porn. Think about that time when you were 12, when you were 15, when you first saw pornography and it became the escape and coping mechanism for you. Who did you need? What conversation should you have had? Who did you need to speak into you, and what would he have said? And when you get clear on that, you have to understand that in order for you to conquer this thing, you have to become that individual. You have to become the person that you needed to prevent you from getting addicted to porn, to walk with you down this path of freedom out of porn. And here's the best part is once you remove this lens of living your life as a voyeur, you see everything in the world completely different. Your conversations, your pursuits, your ambitions, your motivations, your desire to want more in your life and not other people's life grows exponentially, tenfold. But it's got to start with us recognizing that porn is having a massively negative impact in every area of our life. We sit back and watch our kids grow up absent as the father that they need to be. We're a voyeur to their own life. We watch our wives and girlfriends engage in their lives absent of the man that they need us to be. We watch our coworkers and colleagues and employees and staff members live out their dreams. And then we go home and drown ourselves in social media, scrolling people's highlight reels. Once again, a voyeur to everybody else's reality. And when social media stops working, we find ourselves in pornography, watching other people engage in an act that we wish we could have, real intimacy. But all of this is fake. All this is artificial. It's like eating a plate of plastic, expecting it to taste like steak. You gotta step out in your life. You gotta start chasing your dreams. You gotta start living up to your potential. You gotta start doing the things that you've been called to do, the uniqueness that rests and lives inside of you. I see it everywhere with the men that we work with the men that come into our free communities. I just hosted a live training call a few weeks back, a 12-step masterclass. We had over 40 registrations for this training. 12 showed up. Once again, men were voyeurs, wanted it, didn't show up. Of the men that showed up, they were all given an opportunity at the end of the training to ask questions. You're here. You clicked on multiple buttons to show up here tonight. You tell me that you don't have a question about the thing that you're struggling with, but not a single question was answered or asked on that training. Once again, men sit back in their lives because they are living as voyeurs. We're shutting down one of our free communities. Over 300 people have clicked on multiple links to join this group. Zero interaction. Men are living their lives as voyeurs. And if you've recognized that this is happening to you and you want some help getting out of it, we are here to support you in this journey. As I mentioned before, our #1 program, Reboot Your Life, has walked over 1,600 men down this pathway into freedom. And today, if you click on the link down there in the show notes below, or visit school.com, SKOOL.com/reboot your life, we're going to give you a free week trial in our program, 1 week, to stop living like a voyeur and take control, take ownership of your future. After the week, if you decide, we'd love to keep you as a part of it, but you're going to get a program. You're going to get group coaching. You're going to get a community of men. You're going to have a one-to-one strategy call to make sure that you are on a pathway of success. School.com/reboot your life. It's a free trial to the #1 program in the world on helping men take back control of their life from pornography addiction. But until you recognize that you are a voyeur in every area of your life and start living your life on your terms and become the man that you've been called to be, you will always stay stuck in this same place. Coach Frankie, the Rebuilt Man. We love you guys. We'll see you in the next one.